So hello friends, welcome back to my channel Xcoder-Ayush. Hope you guys are doing well. So in this tutorial we will learn how to migrate from Closure to Async Await in Swift. So I have already created a small and basic project where I have integrated API using Closure to handle asynchronous call. So let's have a look on this project first. After that we will convert this into Async Await. So this is a web service file where I have handled API integration with URL session using escaping closure. Okay, so this is a function to fetch data from API response. It has an escaping closure as a parameter and it contains user model array and error. You can see this. Okay, so here we have two cases, success and failure. Whenever the API call is failed, we will pass error, otherwise we will pass response. So here I have handled URL part. In case of invalid URL, it will pass invalid URL error in completion handler. Now this is API integration part. Here we will get data, response and error. In case we get error, here we will pass this error in completion handler. Okay, so here I want to grab your attention. So this is if let shortened for unwrapping optionals. So this is available from Swift 5.7. You can also write like this. This will also work same. So from Swift 5.7 we can write like this. So this is called if let shortened. Here we are checking the response code should be 200. If not, then we will pass invalid response error in completion handler. Now we will check this data is empty or not. In case of empty data, we will pass invalid data error in completion handler. If data is not empty, then we will parse our JSON data into model using JSON decoder and we will pass our result in completion handler. Okay, so in case of if this do block is failed, then it will go to catch block. Here we will get an error, so this error we will pass in completion handler. Okay, now let's check the API call in view controller. After that we will jump to migration to async await. So this is our view controller file. So here we have created one function which will call that fetch user data API. Either we will get the response and error. If we get the error, then we will show alert view with error message. Otherwise we will show result in table view. So this part we are handling the error. If we get this error, we will display alert. Otherwise we will assign this result data into this user's property and we will reload the table view so that we can see the data in our table view. Here you can see this is the function for showing the alert view controller, and here we are displaying the value in the table view. Okay guys, so this is a very basic implementation of API call using escaping closure. Okay guys, so let's convert this code using async await. So let's write a function for API integration using async await. For async await, so we have to first we have to write async keyword here, which indicates this function is having a synchronous operation. After that throws, because we will also we have to pass the error also if in case of failure scenario. After that we have to return response type. So our response type is array of user model. Okay guys, so after this first we will quickly handle this URL related stuff. So let me copy and paste here. Okay, so in the case of this async throw, we don't require these things. We will just throw error, user error dot invalid URL. Okay, that's it for it. After that we have to call API using this URL session. Okay, so URL session dot shared dot. Okay guys, so this is normal, we are using data task, and if you are using async await, so we have to choose this one, data from URL async throws. So let's take this one so that we can consume it for async await. Here we have to pass URL. Okay, so we have to write try here. And one more thing, if you go to the function definition, so this is returning data and URL response. So now handle this thing also. Let data and response. Okay, expression is async but is not marked with await. Okay, fix this one, writing this await keyword. Okay guys, so this await keyword is used whenever we are calling any async method. So if you can see this data, let's go to the definition. So this is a async function, asynchronous function. So that's why we have taken await keyword here just to handle this. So this await keyword indicates it is waiting for this asynchronous response. Okay, so now let's handle this data and response. So for response, let's go to this code, just copy paste, remove this part, throw user error dot invalid response. Okay, now we have to use this data. So for this we have to handle inside this do catch. So do, after that return try JSON decoder dot decode. So here we have to pass response type, or so this is our user model array dot self, after that pass data, and in the catch block handle the error. Okay, so here throw user error dot dynamic error, here just pass this error. Okay, great. Okay guys, so you can see here we have implemented one function using async await, and here we are handling the API call, API integration part. If we compare this code to our old code which was using this escaping closure, so you can see the huge difference. Not a huge difference, but you can see this is more readable, this is having less code. Okay guys, so let's check how we can call this API in our view controller. So let's go to view controller. So here create new function, private function call user data API. So just for differentiation we can give async await. So just for differentiation I have given this function name. Okay, so now call this web service dot fetch user data. Okay, so we have two functions there, one is for using escaping closure and one is using async await. So this is our async function. So let's take this. Okay, so but it is returning something. Okay, so just for let response. Okay, so this is saying async call in a function that does not support concurrency, add async to function to make it asynchronous. Okay, so as we already know, this function is async call, handling asynchronous task, so that's why it is saying we have to add async keyword to this function also. So fix, so this is async, added async keyword. Okay, so now it is saying call can throw, but it is not marked with try and the error is not handled. Expression is async but is not marked with await. Okay, so let's fix both the things. So first for this async we will fix this await. Okay, so as we already know, this await keyword is using with this asynchronous function, async function, and we have to write try keyword because we are also handling error in this. Okay, so here errors thrown from here are not handled. Okay, so let's handle this error using do catch. So do catch let error. Okay, so for this response we will do one thing, we will pass to this user self dot users equal to response, and for this error scenario what we will do, okay, here we have to reload the data table view also. So in this case we will do self dot table view dot reload. This part is for showing the UI, so we have to handle inside the main thread. So here we can write await main actor dot run. Okay, also for here this error we will show the display. We will show one alert here, so this error as user error. Okay, let me do one thing. Let dot error description. Okay, so we have to handle this inside main thread. Await main actor dot run. Now let's call this. For now let me comment this code and paste. Await. Okay, so it is saying async call does not support concurrency async. Okay, so for this we have to use task and we have to write await keyword here because this is a synchronous function, and this view did load does not support async function. So for that we have taken this task keyword here, task function here. So inside this task we can call this function which is using async, and we can write this await keyword with this async function. Okay, so I think there is no any error, so let me run the application. Okay guys, so now we are seeing this response, we are seeing this data in our table view. Okay guys, so this is all about migration from closer to async await in Swift to achieve less line of code and more readable code. Give a thumbs up if you really like this video. Also please subscribe my channel and share this video. Thanks for watching. Keep learning and happy coding.